This is a video for a Honda Civic 1.4 SE. That's the limited edition. Current mileage on the car is 55,665 miles. This registration number of this particular car is WJ58ZDZ. Purpose of the road test really is just for those who are coming any kind of distance to us. I can inform you of anything about the car you may need to know. Obviously, you want you to be able to see the car in operation. It's just, obviously, we're now selling to people from all over the near continent and the extremes of the UK. And clearly, if you're going to invest time, energy, and money to come see us and potentially buy one of our cars, we just want to give you the confidence and reassurance to be able to make that trip. What I try and do on these brief road tests is really just to kind of do exactly what you do yourself. And that is just go through one by one the kinds of things you'd want to check and report back anything that I need to prior to you coming. Obviously, I always start with the engines on the car. You know, Honda, my humble opinion, we specialise in them, but I rate them as the best engine builder in the world of, you know, the real world of motoring, which is not when they're new, but when they're 7 to 10 years old or older still. They're wonderful engines. This 1.4 engine, you'd thought may not be quite man enough to pull the car along, but it actually drives beautifully. As an example of one, it's only low mileage relatively. It starts absolutely on the button, revs wonderfully sweetly with a really lovely little snarl that you get from all these Hondas. So it's great fun to use, but it revs beautifully, it idles beautifully, starts absolutely instantly. Looking at the dashboard now, there's no warning lights relating to the engine or anything else for that matter on the car. Temperature gauge currently on the car is a third of the way up the gauge, which is exactly where it should be on any Honda car, petrol, diesel or otherwise. And it pulls really nicely, very, very fuel efficient. I mean, you know, 45 is the minimum, but really speaking, you should be getting 50 to the gallon out of one of these very comfortably indeed. But it's just a really, really nice engine. So it's very, very sweet to rev, and instead of, you know, incredibly tractable, helped obviously by this 6-speed gearbox, which I'll come on to in a second. The car obviously then engine goes through the clutch, which is perfect. It bites exactly the right point on the clutch pedal. It's got a lovely bite to it. It's very smooth in operation. No vibrations, there's no squeaks or clicks from the clutch pedal at all. It's very, very smooth indeed. The clutch then goes through this brilliant 6-speed gearbox. Honda are past masters of gearboxes. They not only build them strong and reliable, but they make them an absolute joy to use. Like all modern cars, front-wheel drive, or most of them, it runs cables through to the gear lever, and in some cars that can mean you get a horrible, vague, wishy-washy gear change, whereas this just feels like the gears are going straight into the box. It's just a lovely mechanical feel. I'm just doing that for fun really. Just shows, just like a switch. It's just beautifully smooth and fantastically well engineered, and there's not a hint of wear in that clutch, the gear at all. So in essence, the powertrain of the car, engine, clutch, gearbox, utterly faultless. You know, absolutely wonderful. Steering on the car, absolutely bullet straight. It'll only slightly follow the contour of the drainage of the road to the left-hand side, you know, very gradually indeed, as they're meant to. Again, I can't detect a hint of wear in the steering. It's a lovely, lovely, precise setup. Very quick change of direction. You just turn and go, and it just goes with you. The suspension on the car, on the roads like this, is very smooth, very comfortable indeed. It's only potholes that really ever catch them out. You know, but it's, you know, it's I can't hear any sort of noticeable sort of clonks, bangs or cracks from underneath the car. I mean, the whole thing feels incredibly taut and tight, to be honest with you. The brakes on the car, solid, lovely pedal on the vehicle, very confidence inspiring, really nicely modulated brake pedal on the Civics. And again, touching the brake pedal, especially when you do it at the lights, you can sometimes detect if the discs have got a bit of wear, but I can't detect anything at all. It's just a really solid brake pedal under my foot there. Pulls up nice, straight and true. If I just touch the brake pedal now, and it's really, really strong. While I drive along at speed, especially on a windy day like today, I'm listening out for things like kind of strange kind of wind noises coming from the outside, you know, which may suggest that there's a window seal gone or windscreen seal not quite right, but there's nothing. It's very, very quiet indeed. Brings me onto the dashboard, which if you've seen in my previous videos you'll know I love these dashboards. It's an absolute work of art, but it's, you know, it works beautifully. You couldn't be in anything other than the Civic, and I think that's for the good. You know, so you got this. The problem with a lot of modern cars is that they can be very bland. It's just variations on a theme. Just got a binnacle there, centre stack there, and it's just, you know, much the same stuff. This is really nice. Everything's really easy to use. Lovely big radio, high up display for your ventilation system, and the controls just here, so all within easy reach. But then you've got this brilliant twin stack, or two-tier dashboard rather, twin stack, what am I on about? It's just brilliant. You're looking now, I'm looking at the speed ahead of me, but I can look ahead to the car coming, or if I was following a car, and out of your peripheral vision, you just see the mileage, the speedo very clearly indeed. And underneath that, you just got your conventional dials, rev counter, fuel gauge and temperature gauge, but it all works beautifully. And the car on roads like this, which is where you'll be test driving, lovely quiet country roads, but this is where these Civics are in their absolute element. You've got changes of direction which would have cars flopping around by comparison. These stay tight, taut, and they, like now, just push a little bit harder than I should, but it just holds its line absolutely beautifully. So all in all, you know, as an example of one of these cars, if you're coming any distance, you'll be chuffed to bits with it. It's a really, really nice car. And after 15 years of being in the centre of Bristol, which could be a little bit intimidating for a lot of our customers, you're now coming to this lovely, lovely setting in the countryside. Literally, it takes 20 seconds off the motorway to get to us. That's how easy we are to get to, and all our customers thus far have been absolutely thrilled. So I hope the video has been a help to you. If I've missed anything out on the video, then please don't hesitate to call us.